Viewers, welcome back, viewers. It's a lot of fun to have Gen Zs on studio. I wish you are here with us, just behind cameras, to hear what these Gen Zs have to say. Jeffrey Otieno,
yes, thank you.
My favorite Gen Z political analyst. Esther Kendi, Gen Z sign language interpreter. Today it's a Gen Z show in a way. My name is Jonas Simba. This is Science TV, your inclusion platform. Keep a date with us here on Politics Today every Thursday, 8 p.m. Okay? 0111980384. That's the place where you can share with us. By the way,
yes,
thanks for your viewing on the YouTube. Asanteni kwa hiyo maneno. Naona mna watch sana kwa YouTube. Keep it up. Just go to Science TV. Look for something there. Look for us there. Last week's show, tips for Gen Zs, and today we have some more tips for you. Just go in there and look for these faces. Yeah, viewership ipande juu. Now, Riggy G.
yes,
Something has happened in Tanzania, and one thing about East Africa, we are a community. Much as kuna hiyo ripples of what is happening here about the youth, kuna ripples pia za leadership. Are you seeing a situation where leadership ya Kenya will do exactly what the leadership of Tanzania has done to Chadema? Why is Chadema not on the book? Wamekata kusign or something. They were supposed to sign kwa mkataba, or what was that? Yeah. And they are not going to be on the polls or something. Or is it Tundu Lissu? Na Riggy G. Wembe inaenda kukua ule ama nini?
Okay, Jonah, let me clarify something over here. Remember that the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua was impeached, and the opposition leader Tundu Lissu is being charged for treason. Unaona? So it's different. The case yake is still in court. Jamaa, the party has been cancelled,
okay,
to vie for any political seat, but the case is still in court. Let's go back to Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi Gachagua, as we stand right now, any constitution yetu ya Kenya says that anytime someone is impeached, remember what happened to Sonko. Sonko hakuvai. Kwa nini? He was impeached. Anytime any person is impeached, you are not
to buy. And that is the
political seat. Yes. Yeah, na hiyo bado bado anapigana koti na hiyo case. Okay. Even Rigathi Gachagua, Kenya inafanya apigane koti ni kwa sababu gani? He was impeached. But if Rigathi Gachagua angeamka afanye nini? Na amke anasema mimi Rigathi Gachagua have resigned. Angeruhusiwa kuvai for any political seat. But when alingoja mpaka akakuwa impeached, it means that this guy is incompetent to vie for any political seat here in Kenya.
So that was a miss strategy.
Yes.
And they resigned.
Yeah. But let me tell you something here, John.
Yes.
If Rigathi Gachagua could have resigned, wananchi wangekuwa na yeye. Wangesema that huyu jamaa ameresign kwa sababu hii story ni gani? Ni ukweli. But what Rigathi Gachagua did, it was very very nice. Kungoja mpaka afanye nini? Akuwe impeached. If Rigathi Gachagua angeamka na aseme mimi nimeresign, angebaki peke yake. But remember that the political leaders wangemtoka, the Gen Zs wenye anasema sijui nini wangemwacha, angebaki peke yake. And that has happened to a certain leader here in Kenya.
Oh,
yes sir. But hakusaulika.
Okay.
Hakusaulika. It was Raila Amolo Odinga. Yes, he resigned. Ali-resign kwa party yake. Remember that alikuwa kwa party, ndiye akakuja akavai na party mpya. Akiwa member of parliament in Kibra. Venye alikuja akasema mimi nimetoka hii party. Na kusema nimetoka hii party ndafanya nini? Akaenda mpaka akaresign kwa that party. It was LDP. Akatoka. Akakuja ndiye akavai na gani? Party ODM. Na akapewa. That's the reason why unasikia watu wanasema that you cannot talk about Kenyan issue without naming Raila Amolo Odinga. He proved that. And he was the only person that did that.
Now that you're mentioning Raila Odinga, still relevant for 2027?
Right now I think that Raila Amolo Odinga is someone that you cannot ni mtu mwenye umjui, is like a chameleon. Ni someone that tujua fate yake ni ngumu. Leo ako na wewe, kesho hayuko na wewe. Leo ameamua hivi, kesho ameamua hivi. So even the President of the Republic of Kenya akipiga hesabu with Raila Amolo Odinga, it's like you are unaweka maji kwa nini imetoboka. basket imetoboka na unazidi tu kuweka maji, and he knows that. That is the reason why aliamua that people in the northeastern wachukue ID without being vetted. The president is calculating. Hizi vitu zote anafanya ni hesabu. He knows very well that I cannot bank on Raila. Because Raila, there is no election that can be held akiwa na akose kuvai. Never ever, Jonah. It can never happen. Last week I told you that ODM walisema that 2027 watakuwa na nini kwa ballot.
That was Gladys Wanga.
Yeah, he said.
Umewasikia elections yenye ODM haijakuwa kwa
hakuna
presidential candidate
since 2005. It has never happened. Hakuna.
So that means Raila most likely will be on the ballot again.
Yes, he will. He will. Hata kama si yeye, kuna mtu wa ODM atakuwa, and that is Gladys Wanga.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
That
Okay.
is Gladys Wanga.
Very interesting politics here. And then there is the issue of who are these? Anyang' Nyong'o.
Yeah.
Who is this other gentleman? Edwin Sifuna.
Yes.
And who is this other one? Babu Owino.
Babu Owino.
There seems to be some kind of a mrengo in ODM.
Ndorengo.
Yes. And Orengo.
Yeah.
There seems to be some kind. Hapa tunachapa siasa.
Yes.
What's happening?
Okay,
What's happening in ODM?
Jonah, let me tell you something. That you have been given a job. Can you talk ill about your boss? You can't.
Okay.
That is just a job. That is a job. So those people when you're kwa ODM na wako kwa serikali wanaongea ill because they have been given a job. So you cannot always kutusi your boss and that boss is the one that has employed you. It doesn't make sense. Sasa hiyo kazi itaisha ndio utaanza kusema hapa hakuna nini. So it's a job. You must support your boss.
So are you seeing a situation where karibu na 2027 the likes of Mbai, Opiyo and I are going to resign?
They will. They will not resign. The job will itakuwa imeisha. Watarudi tena kwa wananchi waseme bana hapa ni kazi. Even John Mbadi said. Alikuja akasema bana wana watu wa nyumbani. Hapa ni kazi nimepewa. Mimi sina ubaya. Hata kani wewe umeitwa kazi utakataa na niko njaa. The enemy is poverty.
Oh my.
Always the enemy is poverty. Unaona? Undi adui.
Get ugly.
Yeah.
I have a gentleman here. Let's talk about George Natembeya.
Yeah.
Ameenda kotini on Tuesday or something?
Yeah, he was in court for on Tuesday because alikuwa accused of story na 3 million.
Million? Not
because,
billion.
No, 3 million.
You know Kenyans have really gone into corruption until you don't know.
It is 3 million.
Billions have become like
billion in account. It was it was 3 million. Remember that? It's Trans Nzoia account. It was 3. That's what a joke. 3 million. It was 3 million.
Okay, sorry for this, but you know, Kenyans are into. They're used to scandals of corruption coming out of leaderships in counties in billions. I mean, so you're saying the case here is in millions?
Yeah, it's million, 3 million.
What's the issue?
The issue, it was about storing corruption.
Okay.
Yeah, they were saying that he was involved in a corruption scandal.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no tangible evidence still, but that it was alleged that the governor of Trans Nzoia County.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let me congratulate you. You're a Gen Z.
Yeah.
At least you know George Natembeya. Do you know the governors of these counties around the country? It's interesting. I've ambushed Gen Z. They don't know. By the way, you remember the death of, unfortunately, may his soul rest in peace, Charles Ong'ondo Were.
Yeah.
Many Gen Zs knew him at his death. Do you agree with me? Hawakujua MP wa Kasipul alikuwa anaitwa fulani. Maybe we need to go into educating your people. Maybe you need to do that. Tell them who the leaders are. Ukiulizwa ni nani governor wa Turkana, you need to ask. Many people know governor wa Mombasa, Nairobi, Kisumu.
The only capital.
Yeah. Unfortunately, some of these leaders, good leaders, we know them when they are dead. Like Malulu. You remember Malulu?
Injendi.
Yes. Even the Gen Zs and the young people of Western, they knew him at his death.
Yeah.
They
even
don't know
the senator of, was it Baringo?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cheptum.
Exactly. Yeah. These are people who are known at their death. That is not correct.
Yeah, true.
We should not know our leaders at their demise.
Yeah.
We should know them now. And maybe that's why we need to hail and praise the likes of Selassie for their drama. Don't you think the drama?
Yeah, true, it really helped.
Saizi ukiongea any part of Kenya about Selassie anajulikana kwa ajili ya drama yake.
Yeah.
He's an MP of where? Mumias?
Mumias East.
But Turkanas know him.
Yeah.
And people in the coast.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to take your team to some kind of,
Unaona, what I can say about Gen Z kukosa kujua leaders is that unaona kuna leaders wengi wakwangi kwa mtandao, and right now as you are talking, so many things are about online. What does that leader do apart from being a senator? What has he done to the people hapo chini ndiye akajulikana? Someone like Didi Nyoro. Didi Nyoro is a very, very good, he was ranked number 1. The best leader in Kenya. Because of what? Didi Nyoro is not in hajaikuwa kwa drama, hajaikuwa kwa hizo sarakasi mingi, but because of the work. Most of the governors, most of the MPs, they are not performing. So that is the reason why the Gen Z, the people are hawajui here in Kenya.
Bado watu wanalala bunge kama zamani. This thing needs to be taken back to some kind of research, because young people don't know their leaders. Because
true.
The other day as PWDs, we had a bill assented to by Crystal Asige. Yeah. We know Crystal Asige as
senator.
Yes, as PWDs because she pushed for a bill.
True.
Yeah, that now seems to be a takeaway from the 2003 bill. You remember? Now it's an act. It has been assented to. Maybe we need to take these leaders back to action. Jeff.
Yeah, I can applaud whatever that Crystal Asige did. It's very, very amazing to see that this is a nominated senator. He knew very well. He went there to champion for the right of people, the PWDs. He did an amazing job. I really love whatever that she did. Hope that come 2027, it's right to be going to be elected. Yeah.
Okay.
And to work for his people. Without being nominated. You know that nominated, you are doing things in favor of your own party.
Which other leaders of PWDs do you know about?
I know someone like Sankok.
Maura?
I know someone like Maura.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are these guys doing a good job?
Yeah, they are really trying. They are trying. What I can say is that they are trying, but they are under someone. You know that when you are under someone, you work according to how this guy has instructed you to do. Even if you want to do something, you cannot do it. You're just doing it because of someone has given you a way or told you to do it.
Okay. Yes. Issues of PWD, just there kidogo.
Yeah.
Moving forward into 2027. How many counties? Okay, sometimes I try to push you away from that research level, but there was an issue of seats that were meant for PWDs, taken by able-bodied people.
Very sad.
Very sad. Yeah. And in some cases, they say they are looking for PWDs they want to get in. Is that true? Really?
No, that is not true. We know very well that is not true. Party, they are doing this. Even when you see the cabinet secretary, they are politicians. They are part of the cabinet secretary. In the cabinet secretary, there is no PWDs even there.
By the way.
Yeah, MCA. Come to MCA. Nominated MCA, only one. Bridget Sonko, only one. Nominated PWD MCA.
Right.
It doesn't make sense. And those seats for nominated, someone like Karen Nyamu. Why was Karen Nyamu nominated? Does it make sense?
IEBC. There is a demand for it to have a PWD.
We have to.
Yeah. We have. Was there a PWD within that choosing?
No.
I mean, there is a certain drawing back into this need for PWDs. Okay, we know of women having pushed, but someone seems to be taking issues of PWDs for granted. Maybe that's why we need to...
And I remember the president, before he came to power, he said that he's going to give a quarter of his cabinet docket to the PWD's family.
Be careful, you're
Yeah.
giving people jobs right
No,
now.
he said.
If the president is watching you tomorrow,
He's
you may
saying-
find many PWDs ending up in jobs.
No, yeah, he said
Yeah,
like that.
right.
So I would like to talk to the president to own up to his words, like how he promised.
Yes.
Yeah, to include PWDs in the government. He hasn't done that. He need to own up to whatever that he said.
Yes.
Because they need it. We need people to champion for our right. We need people to stand with us.
Yes.
We have to. Yeah. Because when you see that, I think that most of events the PWDs are pushed aside. Something that doesn't make sense. It's very sad to see that. It's very, very, very sad.
Like in IEBC, there was a need for women to be there, right? During the selection. But nobody mentioned PWDs.
No one.
I think there was one person with a disability who presented, but did he end up in the final panel?
No.
So this is something maybe. Let's go back to Natembeya.
Very sad.
Kabla tujakaji.
Yeah.
Turudi kwa Natembeya.
Yeah.
DAP party.
Yeah.
Are you seeing DAP party really now making a mark in Western Kenya? Nani ndio kusema sasa, in your opinion? Weta versus because there were demonstrations the whole of Monday and Tuesday in Kitale, and now there's a push and pull. Hapa tunachapa siasa. That's why I'm asking you these questions. Yeah.
Okay, when I talk about Natembeya is a very good leader.
Yes.
Hadi stories zenye unaona corruption, I think that mtu anajaribu kumsingizia the enemy. Kumbuka that Natembeya ni mtu mwenye amekuwa akipigwa vita. I cannot say that, siwezi jua kama ni ukweli aliiba hiyo doa ama kuiba, but according to the character of unajua tu mtu kulingana na characters zake,
right,
how this guy has been behaving, scandals zenye jamaa amepatikana nayo, which scandals hata hakukuwa na evidence, they were just allegation. Like mimi Jonah nikwambia that mtu amekuibia 3 million, allegation without even tangible evidence. It means that they are trying so hard to bring Natembeya down.
Luya question, the Luya question, of course, Luya 2027, building up to 2027.
There are some of them that have joined the government parties, so we should hayo.
Yes.
There are new leaders that are coming in. Someone that people should watch out. It's Salasia.
Not Natembeya.
Salasia is coming in a rapid speed. And the Gen Z really trust whatever that Salasia is saying.
Not
he
at
knows
all.
very well.
Not at all.
Right, no. The Gen Z, those are old politics, they are gone.
No, Atwoli has been pushing for the coming up of the Luya community.
No, those are old politics. We are
not Wetangula.
No.
Not Moses Wetangula.
No.
Not Cleophas Malala.
No, Moses Masika Wetangula is a man that has a lot of influence in the Bungoma County. Remember that I think he played a bigger role in making the president of the Republic of Kenya a president. Remember that he only defeated Raila Amolo Odinga with only 200,000 votes. And in Bungoma County, Wetangula delivered 273,000 votes to the President Ruto.
So
if Wetangula could be with Raila Amolo Odinga,
Raila could have
won. So he made a big influence, more than even Musalia Mudavadi.
So somebody needs to be keen about Western Kenya. And Zoya Sugar, you remember the other day, there were riots in Zoya from Zoya being brought down. And now there are riots in demonstrations in Trans Nzoia for the issues of Natembeya. So maybe somebody needs to go into that sector.
Yeah, I think John what I can say that Wakenya wameamka. Wakenya saisi Wakenya wa kitambo that tutafanya kitu uende uwekelee mtu. Come with evidence. Those people are rioting saying that let evidence that our governor amefanya hivi. Mbona hatuoni evidence? It's just piece of mouth that we have arrested this guy because of just corruption of 3 million of what? Where is the evidence? Like what they did to the governor of Kiambu.
Okay.
Do you remember? There was no evidence. Akaachiliwa. That is what is also happening to the governor.
You're talking of Matangi?
Yeah, I'm talking about Matangi. Kimani or Matangi.
Okay.
That is what is just happening to the governor of Trans Nzoia. Without evidence, watoto wanakuambush. They are coming. They don't have tangible evidence to prove that you've been involved yourself into this and this.
Okay.
Something that doesn't make sense. Leta evidence kwa karatasi.
Eugene Wamalwa said,
Yeah.
this is weaponization of the criminal justice system.
Yeah.
Okay. Weaponization of the fight against corruption. But truth be told, a lot of corruption in the county.
Yeah, a lot. Not even in the country. Yani kwa serikali kila mtu ako biashara. Everyone, MC anapiga biashara, MP anapiga biashara, kama biashara. Everyone is busy in business. Watu kinandi wanaumia as Kenyans.
Sorry.
People are just doing that for their own self-interest. Most of the MPs.
Is that what is frustrating you, the Gen Zs?
Yeah, that is what is making the Gen Z to be very angry. That's the reason why most of the Gen Z doesn't know is the governor, who is the MPs of certain places, because they are just in business. Mtu ameingia pale, MP ameingia pale because I want to protect my business. MP ameingia pale ndio nifanye biashara yangu igrow.
Right.
Something that doesn't make sense. They are not going there for the self-interest of mwananchi. Remember what happened, Jonah, during the Adani deal?
Yes.
Both the MPs were, yeah, we are very happy this Adani deal is going to help you. The time that the president cancelled the deal, what really happened? The same MP who passed the bill are the same MP who are clapping. What is that? Something that doesn't make sense. You are supporting it when the presidents come in and say that he decided to not make a deal with Adani. You are just clapping. What is really happening? It's time for leaders to do whatever that we Kenyans tuliwapeleka hapo kufanya. Don't do something because of your self-interest. Finance bill is coming. Finance bill 2025, 2026. It's coming. Please leaders. Please leaders. Anything that you do it for the Kenyans that elected you to go and champion for your right.
One time,
Yeah.
Raila Amolo Odinga said, you should be very clear. Are you a leader or are you a businessman?
Yeah.
And he was pointing out to the fact that many of these leaders are actually very big very big businessmen.
Right now they are very big.
Yeah.
Everyone is busy. They are very busy.
You don't know whether you're dividing. I mean, are they managing to balance the time between parliament and business? Because they are mega businessmen. I mean, truth be told, these are multi-millionaires.
Yeah.
You remember during the network?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just for the cabinet secretary. But many of these MPs are
Let me tell you.
very big networks.
Yeah, it was very sad. Even the net worth of a certain cabinet secretary is more than even the president of certain country. That doesn't make sense. If someone comes in and anasema that mali yenye ako nayo surely,
The thing is-
unashangaa what is really happening.
The thing is this, obviously, you can only make that wealth from business.
Yeah.
So we are having businessmen in leadership.
Yeah.
I mean,
Nakwambia kwa biashara, everyone is busy making his own money. They don't care. Adani
But-
pitisha.
but is it really wrong, Jeffrey, to
Yeah.
do that kind of business?
It is very wrong because when you go to parliament unasema ya kwamba the time wakibeba hii Biblia wanasemanga nini? I will fight for the right of the citizen that chose me to go and fight for their rights. Utawapigania. What is really happening? Wakishaingia pale ndani wanasahau kenye iliwapeleka hapo. Most of them, I don't want to name them, most of them.
Yeah.
Wanakuja wanasema that mimi nitawapigania, nitawafanyia hivi, nitawaletea hii. But sasa wakishaingia wanachange kukuwa mtu mwingine, wanashangaa huyu ni yule mtu mwenye kweli alisema atatusaidia.
Maybe as we wind up,
Yeah.
Raila as advocating for CDF itolewe from constituencies ipelekwe counties. Is that another avenue for corruption?
That will make the governors to be more richer. It will make the government. That doesn't make sense. Like there's a policy yenye walikuwa wamesema tusijui ati mtu ukitaka kuchaguliwa polisi is the MP that mwenye anaenda kuchagua ati naye ndiye anaenda kuwa polisi. What is that? Surely.
Okay.
I had that thing. I was very annoyed at sijui ati mtu atakuja aseme ukitaka kupata kazi kwa county MP ndiye anakuja anasema pea huyu. Sio kutakuwa na nepotism. Familia mzima utaweka ndani.
You know, I have to mention this to the viewers.
Yeah.
That the reason why I found it very funny through the show today is because I could feel the anger in you, literally.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. There are some things that are very sad. Yeah, it's sad because the leaders wengi, but there are some that are doing amazing job. But kuna wengine wenye wanatuangusha. Kuna wengine hata hawajaongea kwa bunge. Hata mtu aseme ati for 2 years Jonah. Ujaamka hata useme mimi barabara ya kwetu ni mbaya. Mimi kama MP tafadhali munitolee pesa niende nitengenezee watu wa kwetu barabara. Doesn't make sense.
I think if you go to YouTube today and check this show, just check Siasa ni Biashara. I think that's what we'll title it. Siasa ni Biashara. I don't know if you agree to that. We need to stop this show today. 0311980384. Do you agree with that? What the Gen Zs in the studio today are saying? I've been with one Gen Z.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Otieno, political analyst. Esther Kendi, another Gen Z, our sign language interpreter. My name is Jonas Simba. See you next week on the